in the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
As my bike has completed 23,000 odd kilometers, so I thought why not make a detailed video about it. So in this video we're going to see all the good things and the bad things and how the bike performs in the city use and is it really good during highway touring and how it handles the off-road terrain.
Okay, so now let's talk about the city use, how this bike performs in the city point of view, how this bike performs in city point of view. So if you guys know Bangalore, most of the roads are, it's off-road, man. I mean, the main city will have good roads, but once you go like outside of the outskirts of the city, it's going to be off-road and there are no good roads at all, and always there's some repair or something going on. So the adventure bike makes sense with such good suspension. It's really, really good. But if you see about heating, this bike gets heated up really, really fast. I mean, if you go on a bumper to bumper traffic, especially in summers, you are going to feel it, man. You're going to feel the heat on your thighs. Sometimes those chassis, even that becomes too hot because of the heat. And if at all you happen to wear some shorts or something like that during the city ride, it's gonna burn your thigh or your leg. So yeah, you have to be careful about that. And since this is a bike that is made for touring, in city the mileage is pretty low. I get usually around 20 to 25 in cities, whereas on highways I get 30 or sometimes even 35. So it all depends on how I ride and what are the luggage, or depends on my luggage system, which I'll be discussing it later. So now you guys can see, right, it's like bumper to bumper traffic, and the fan has already started, the radiator fan has already started, it's getting heated up. I can feel it on my jeans. So overall, for city purpose, yeah, this is a very bad bike, if you ask me, because you don't get the mileage. And let's be practical, for city purpose, for daily commutes, whatever the vehicle that you use, it has to be economical. So that makes sense. You can't use an adventure tourer for city purpose. The bike is totally not meant for that. But sometimes if you get some open stretch like this, the suspension works really, really good because it's like just too soft, man. It's just too soft. So it works really great on these roads. And the other thing is, making U-turns on this bike is pretty difficult because it's a tall bike, 835mm, but my height is 5 feet 6 inches, so I'm a short guy. Yeah, it is difficult to make U-turns, and sometimes it is also since you're a short guy, you need to mind your surroundings. You need to know where you're going to place your leg, your foot, because sometimes if there is any pothole and you did not see that, and if you happen to keep your leg down, you're going to fall. It has happened to me in Bangalore traffic itself. Luckily I was with my friend, so yeah, there was someone to pick up the bike, but otherwise it would have been a great task. That time I had all this top box, and yeah, it made the bike even more heavier. So yeah, that is about the city purpose. Okay, so now let's talk about touring, the highway part. This is one of the best bikes out there for touring, because the main reason being the suspension. So all the money that you put into this bike, that is a 4.5 lakhs, it goes into the suspension part. It's damn good, it's damn impressive. You know, in my last Kanyakumari series, almost for 600 kilometers I just took one break. That was my lunch. You know, I had to get my lunch, so the lunch break was the only break that I took. Apart from that, there was no break. I continuously rode from here to Kanyakumari, and I did not feel any fatigue or something like that. It was very comfortable experience. If you ask me about the mileage, so if you maintain somewhere around 80 kilometers per hour, you will easily get 38 or even sometimes 39. When I initially bought this bike, I used to get almost 40 actually, because that ride I did almost in 80 kilometers per hour, and there was no luggage obviously. But if you people are planning to use panniers and top box, then expect the mileage to go down. And if you ride almost at 100, you get 35. So that is what I got. I mean, I'm not using panniers, I'm using all soft luggages. So since the weight has been reduced, I get 35 as a mileage. And if you again install, and I had previously you know, all these panniers and top box, and with 100 kilometers per hour I used to get something around 31 or 30, that's all. So yeah, it all depends on how you ride. So now I've given up on all these panniers, so I'm using all soft luggages. So yeah, that is how it is for highway. And there is vibration, and if you talk about vibrations, yes, this bike does have vibration. So once you go past 90 kilometers per hour, you will feel vibration. Why? Yeah, now I'm riding at 70 kilometers per hour and I can feel the vibration on the handlebar. So this bike vibrates a lot, you know, at 90, and if you go past 90, you will feel the vibration on your foot pegs as well. And the first service cost for this bike was almost 7,500 to 8,000, and the second service was 8,000 or something like that. And I recently completed the third service, so that costed me again somewhere around 8,000 rupees. And the things that I've changed, this bike I'm owning it for almost 2 years now. So the things that I've changed on this bike is the clutch plate. So that was replaced under warranty, so I did not have to pay anything. And I replaced the battery again under warranty. I replaced the radiator fan, it stopped working, again under warranty. I have replaced the radiator sensor, the temperature sensor, that was not covered under warranty. That costed me almost 300 rupees or something like that. And I've changed the entire chain system, chain sprocket. So after 20,000 kilometers, the chain sprocket had gotten loosened up, so I changed that. That costed, I did not go for the BMW one, I went with the brass chain sprocket. So that again costed me I think 7,000 rupees or something like that. If you ask me, do I regret? I mean, no, I never regret getting this bike. See, there are people who get this bike just for the name of BMW, man. I've seen people, you know, talk that I bought this bike because it's a BMW. I mean, come on, man, you guys have to buy the bike if you're going to use it. Some people just buy it and keep it at home. I don't see the purpose of the bike over there. So if you're buying a bike, then you have to use it. And I bought this bike especially for touring. I don't use it for city purpose, or no, city purpose I use it like very minimalist, very minimum. You know, I don't use it a lot for city purpose. The another disadvantage, you know, of owning this bike is the tank capacity. So the tank capacity is just 11 liters, man. For a tourer, I think they should have given a much bigger tank capacity, but no, they just gave 11 liters. And another disadvantage is you don't have a colored display, something that, no, the 390 Adventure or the Himalayan nowadays, those have, no. So you don't get all those fancy stuff, and there are no electronics as well on this bike. There's just ride by wire and adjustable clutch and brake. That's it. Apart from that, nothing else on this bike. No electronics at all. That is one thing that I liked actually. So this is my first adventure bike. So since I owned my first adventure bike, I did not know how to handle this bike, or how the bike will perform or something like that. So I did not want any electronics. I want to know how to handle the power, during off-roads. So I learned the hard way. I have taken many falls on the bike during off-road. Yeah, but if I had some electronics on it, yeah, then I know definitely the electronics would have saved me. But yeah, I didn't want that. I'm now confident. If you give me any, I'm not an expert in off-roading or something like that, but now I'm confident to off-road. There's no issues with me.
This bike is not meant to go on extreme off-road, but it can handle moderate level of off-roading. This hill climb was almost 3 km stretch, and it had few extreme elevations with gravel all over it, but the GS just glided over it. Because of the soft suspension, you won't feel that shoulder pain after a long off-road. I personally feel if you tweak this bike with good off-road tires and a few mods here and there, then yeah, you can have a lot of fun while off-roading. So yeah, that is the overall review of the bike, how it performs in different terrains. And let's come to a few small things that I don't like about this bike. This can be a big deal for some people, and this can be like nothing for some people. So the first thing is the side stand. The side stand on this bike is pretty irritating part. You have to bend the bike towards your right side a lot in order to lift the side stand or even put your side stand. It's a bit irritating. I don't know how the BMW people did not see that. Even after removing the side stand extender, the issue continued. So yeah, that is one major issue with this. It's a very irritating part. You can't park your bikes everywhere. Yeah, like sometimes if you're in an inclined position somewhere like this, if the left side of your bike is somewhat upwards, elevated upwards, then you cannot park your bike. You have to find some other spot. So yeah, it is a bit irritating, because when we travel to the mountains, you can't expect every situation to be in your favor. So that is one drawback on this bike. And next will the next part will be the gear shifting. So gear shifting on this bike is one of the most irritating and the hardest, because without shoes, if I go out somewhere just wearing my Crocs or flip-flops, I used to get toe pain. It is that hard. You have to wear your shoes in order to shift the gears on this bike. Again, it's not an issue. This is even addressed by BMW. The BMW people, they themselves said that this bike, it comes like that. It is delivered like that from the factory itself. So yeah, apart from this, I don't have any complaints. Just a bit of vibration, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, this is the overall review of my bike. I hope you guys liked the video. If so, then do consider subscribing to my channel. Also click that notification bell so that you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.